Hi everyone, it's Miss Champagne. Okay, I'm teaching from my workbook called How to Transition from Your Current Job to Your Teaching Job. This is the corresponding workbook to the book that is simply titled Transition from Your Current Job to Your Teaching Job. Okay, let us continue from chapter 7, which is called Sending Your Interview Documents. Okay, now I have some more questions for you. Number one, have you ever sent a CV to a potential employer? Did you submit it via email, fax, or in person? All right, now, the reason why I ask that last question is that I find that in the Ghana and the Rwandan market, to me, I think it's great if you do email or fax it over, but Africans really value FaceTime. So in addition to, faxing it over, I think if they can put a face with the fax that you sent, I think it's better. So if you have the time, well, make the time and go and introduce yourself to them formally. You could say, oh, I sent my CV in yesterday and I'm just coming by to make sure you got it, and I just wanted to introduce myself in person, ... Now in Japan, you don't really have to do that. I feel like getting a job in Japan is a lot more straightforward and easy. In America also, it's not the worst thing, but I don't think Americans really care that much to see you. Let me give you an example. So I also teach university students in America how to become teachers in Japan. And one of my local universities, I had sent over my documents, and I said, oh, I can also come over and introduce myself formally so that you can know I'm a real person. And they were like, oh no, that's okay. We know you're real. And I was like, oh really? I said, because in Japan and in Africa, they really want to see the person. They were like, oh no, don't worry about it. So anyways, my point is, in Japan and probably in America, you don't have to do that, but in the African market, yes, definitely. Okay, now, when you sent these documents, were you successful in sending the documents, and were you successful in getting the job? Okay, that's something else I want you to think about. Okay, now let's talk about step 6. You need to be also aware not only of your tone in your CV and your cover letter, but also in your email. So I talked about this in the prior video. Americans, I think we tend to be a bit too boastful when we're writing and applying for jobs, which is fine for our market, but outside of our market, we need to tone it down. So just remember, if you're American or you have a culture similar to American, just tone it down enough for the interview, for the CV, and for the cover letter. And then you can tone it up after you get the job, okay? But anyways, so you need to be aware of your tone. Now, I made an email template, and this email template, once again, I've used this many times, and I've always been successful in using it. And when I say successful, it means either I got the job or I didn't get the job, but I understood why I didn't get the job because I used the direct recruitment process. Okay, I don't like indirect recruitment. Anyways, this is an example of the email you can send, and this is in the back of the appendix in the back of this book. Okay, can you guys see that? Okay, great. And then also there's a follow-up email that I also sent, and I've used this many times as well. Okay. All right, that's the follow-up. All right, and once again, that's in the back of the appendix in this book. Okay, guys, so today we talked about chapter 7, which is sending your interview documents. So just remember, be aware of your tone in your CV, your cover letter, and your email. And you want to send the email, and if you're in the African market, you want to follow up in person, and then you want to send an email maybe a week, or maybe a week. In Japan, a week is fine. In Africa, maybe 2 weeks is fine. America, a week is fine as well. And then you want to maybe follow up again. All right, guys, if you have any questions, please contact me and I will get back to you. Okay, bye.